Hey guys, it's Matt with Tips for Truckers over here, and today this video is about speed, and more specifically, it's that I can't stand when people tell you to slow down, be careful, all those platitudes. They drive me crazy. But the number one thing is people saying slow down. Now, I don't have a problem driving fast. I don't drive fast. I usually drive about the speed limit. A lot of times even under the speed limit, just because I'm so afraid of getting a ticket. But I never get in anybody's way. Just remember that. But anyway, yeah, so I'm not a big fan of speeding, but I do not think that it causes that much. First of all, it doesn't cause hardly any traffic disruptions unless you're weaving. But I don't believe it causes that many accidents. But today in this video, I'm going to give you a handful of reasons where speed can kind of hurt you, you know. Now, first one, obviously, it's braking distance. When you increase your speed, you increase your braking distance. And it's not linear, it's exponential, which means the faster you go twice as fast, you're going to need 4 times as much stopping distance. That's not completely accurate, but it gives you an idea. I'm sure you guys all know that. I mean, this isn't your first rodeo. So I'm just going to gloss over that one. But another thing to think about is obviously rain and snow. But let me explain to you physically why it's bad. Speed can be bad for rain and snow, and obviously it's hydroplaning. But I wanted to explain to you guys what hydroplaning is. And I'm looking for a prop here. Okay, I'll use this cup as the prop. Now imagine this is the tire. Now a tire spins, obviously. It's spinning in this direction. And the road is coming in this direction, obviously. I know this is a real simple example, but it's probably going to explain to you guys a lot about why people slide in the snow. So there's the road, but when there's snow or water, you know, it's higher than the road, obviously, and so it's higher than the bottom of the tire. So what that tire has to do is it has to push it down. Well, it doesn't always push it all down. It's actually pushing it out to the sides, and it's coming out each side of that tire. And when you're hydroplaning, it's when the water and snow cannot spread to the outside fast enough. This is one reason why super single tires do not provide the traction that duals do in the rain and snow. Also, they have less rolling resistance, but this is one reason why. So that rain and snow has to be pushed all the way out to the outside. But when you're going faster, then that is less time for that snow and ice to move out to the edge of the tire, and ends up running over it. And when it runs over it, obviously, that's when it has less traction. So I just wanted to give you guys that visual. I hope that helped. And the third thing where speed can really get you, and it's not for what you guys think. Now, obviously, I know you guys know what speed, the appropriate speed to take a corner without losing control, without flipping a truck. That's obvious. But one reason why you shouldn't take it at the maximum speed, obviously, like things like rain and snow and everything, and gravel can give you less coefficient of friction, less traction. But let's say you're going 80% of the maximum speed on a turn onto an on-ramp or something like that. The problem comes when you're making a blind turn and then all of a sudden a car pulls out in front of you. All of a sudden there's a guy in the middle of the road. You never know. And then that's when you have to either apply your brakes or swerve. Now, if you have to apply your brakes, you're changing the dynamics of the force. You know, when you're turning, there's force outwards towards the outside of the turn. But when you apply the brakes, you're also applying force forward. So if you're within a certain percentage of the maximum velocity that you could turn, maximum outward force without flipping or losing control, and then you add braking to the mix, well, you're adding a force to that truck that wouldn't be there if you were just accelerating gently or just coasting, or keeping the speed will actually give you the greatest amount of traction on a turn. But so if you hit your brakes, if you have to hit your brakes, you're gonna lose some of that ability to have traction, or you might flip the truck. I know that's an extreme, but that's one reason that you have to be real cognizant about how quickly you take the turns. Obviously, like I said, I know you guys know what speed a turn. You can gauge it by amount of bank and the sharpness of the turn. You guys are all professionals. You know what you're doing as far as that goes. But be cognizant that there could be somebody around that blind turn. There could be some gravel there. There could be a car parked. I've seen that many a times. And had I been going a lot faster, I would have been screwed. So that's the things where speed can get you. But I'll tell you one thing where you need speed, and that's, guys, please accelerate. You know, don't be afraid to shift that thing like you mean it. Running up to 1500 RPM, when you shift, you know, or whatever your truck's supposed to do. If you're getting onto the highway and everything, don't mess around when getting onto the highway. That's a big danger. Or left turns. And so really get comfortable with your truck and understand how it shifts and the maximum it can accelerate, and try to accelerate at its maximum while you're merging. Anyway, so that's the one thing where you definitely need speed, and then the three things where speed can get you. It's Matt with Tips for Truckers. Have a great day.